I want to welcome Natalie to this Confirm Your Type instructional video. Welcome.
Hi.
Are you glad to be here?
Yes.
Are you excited?
Yes.
Nervous?
A little bit.
Yeah. What are you nervous about?
I don't know.
Hearing something you don't want to hear?
Just-
I don't want to be this type.
Just the unknown. Just
Okay.
a little bit of nervous. I don't know.
Well, Natalie shared with me that she has read the beauty profile, Discover Your Type of Beauty. She's watched the online course and the supplemental video. So you're well informed about
Yes.
the attributes of the 4 types.
Mm-hmm.
What type have you, at this point, assessed yourself as?
I'm torn between 2 or 4.
And
Is where I'm placing myself.
okay, can you share with me and our viewers what did you assess in yourself that you have decided you're thinking you're either a type 2 or a type 4?
Primarily, honestly, the type 4 is because I'm very much drawn to those colors. Like, that's where I find I wear them and I feel very confident. But I feel like with type 2, I'm very much about the details and I'm very want to know more and understand this. And I don't feel like I have a lot of the angular facial features that a type 4 would have. I feel like it's more the softer ones for type 2. So that's really where I'm torn.
Okay. Now, I've never suggested you look at what's your preference in colors and clothes.
No, that's just
So why did you choose that as an assessment?
because maybe I don't want to give those colors up.
But it's not used as a tool.
No, but
So you can't determine your type based on colors you have, you think you like, and styles you think you like.
Right.
I've learned a lot. Women come from years of history of acquiring their perceptions and acquired kind of what I call your own personal fashion rules. Mm-hmm. And most of them haven't been acquired in healthy ways. It's a lot of people telling you what to do or what you shouldn't do. So I do want to, I'm glad you mentioned that. I like that you're honest, because when a woman uses an assessment process that's not included in what I teach, you have a higher degree of mistyping yourself. I would have included it if it worked.
right.
So I'm glad you mentioned it so I can really make that clear. If you've used something that's not listed in any of the materials I've provided or created, you are going to misguide yourself. So what and why you question it? So you can't decide, but you think you're a type 2 or a type 4.
There were some things that, now I'm drawing a blank. Just there were some things when I was reading through type 4s that I'm like, that I identified with that, and so I felt like that could be where I was at. But now I'm like drawing a blank just because.
Okay. How old are you?
31.
31. Okay. Well, this will be quite a surprise for you. You're a type 1.
No way.
Yeah. You have some very distinct qualities of a type 1.
Okay.
Maybe you were raised in a very structured household that required that of you.
Maybe I don't know. Didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
When I was growing up, but
Well, you're very adaptable. Type 1, your nature is to be very adaptable, to be able to adapt to various situations, environments, and that's where type 1s then kind of get lost in this ability to adapt. They can't see themselves because they have this quality. It's a very positive quality because it allows you to be your very open energy,
okay.
a very open and accepting energy.
Good that I'm accepting because I didn't think I was a 1.
Yeah. Well, you have a distinct characteristic that all type 1s have, and that you have a quality of laughter that's expressed consistently in your whenever you're dialoguing with someone or having a conversation. If it's a stressed out one, it might not be the case. But where you're feeling good, you're going to laugh a lot.
Yeah.
Which you do.
I do.
Yeah. You're very cute. You have a very cute quality to your expression. So I'm curious, did you not look at your facial features? Because that is, I do teach, that is the priority. The priority always comes down to your facial characteristics and your body language.
I did, and I will tell you I struggled with this only because I had jaw surgery several years ago, and it changed the shape of my face. And so I was questioning whether or not that was accurate or not.
Yeah, well, that's just one line on your face, though, because we've got your nose and your eyes, your cheeks, your skin texture. So, again, make sure that's the priority you're using, and that's why I teach you what I see in the women that are in the videos, what I'm seeing, because that is the priority when it comes to assessments. Which do you depend on? It's more accurate than personality, because personality can be definitely influenced. So let's look at your facial features, because you definitely have a type 1 facial expression.
Okay.
You have that when you smile, go ahead and smile, you have the very distinct apple cheeks. Your whole face smiles when you smile, by the way. And your whole face lights up. You can just see the smiling eyes, upward movement. You have a rounder quality up here, the higher hairline, creating a rounded quality here. You have the complexion with the different blushing of the red in your skin texture and your skin quality. Your nose has a little bit of a type 2 sloping effect, but I still see a circle here.
Okay.
And so with your hands, bring up your one hand. They're a smaller finger, they're shorter, they're fuller here at the bottom. They're what we call kind of a cherub looking hand. They're more like a childlike hand.
Okay.
Which you have. And there's more of a round quality to the top of your palm. But just that cherub looking hand, just looks like a child's hand, is a very type 1 hand.
Okay.
And then your brows they're not half of a circle. They're actually a little bit more of a parallel line in here. So I see I see some of your secondaries, which are your 2 and your 4, you have the other energies. And you're expressing that in your features, but you lead with a type 1. You look very young. Do people tell you seem young, you could pass for being 10 years younger than you are?
Yeah.
Do you hear that?
Yeah.
They're surprised at how old you are, because you could even probably pass as in your early 20s.
Oh, awesome.
Notice her body language is that animated quality in your response. That there's a quality of being kind of light and perky. So how does that feel to you?
Fun.
Can you see that in yourself?
I can.
Can you?
When I read through the type 1, I was like, oh, seems like me. But then there were things that I don't know why I discounted it as not being me. But when I read through it, I think probably because it was the first one that I read.
Yeah.
I was like, well, let's read the rest of them and then come back and see.
Did you come back?
And I came back and read it, and I'm like, well, I don't know. So
yeah. Well, being so adaptable, you're the type that will say, but I see myself in all of them. Excluding maybe type 3, because you saw that it wasn't that you didn't have any of those facial features in type 3.
I was like, I'm for sure not a type 3.
Okay, well, you were correct on that. But in that adaptable nature, you'll see, well, yeah, I can see type 2, I can see type 4, and you can see type 1 now that you're sharing that with me.
Absolutely.
You can see that as well.
Absolutely.
Do people experience you as very optimistic?
Yes.
Do you get complimented on that, or like what do people say? What do you hear?
I get lots of compliments about being able to deal with tough things. Like people are like, I don't know how you're dealing with this kind
keeping
of
a
stuff.
Positive outlook.
Right. Like they're like, oh, if I had to go through that, I don't think I would be as happy as you are. I don't think I would be as positive about it. And
it's maintaining a level of hope.
Right.
And I'm sure you have moments where it can get discouraging but ultimately you'll move into that very readily, that sense of, okay, because you have that available to you so naturally.
Right.
To be optimistic, but still deal with the challenge at hand, but be positive through it.
Right.
Not in a sense of trying to ignore it or pretend it's not there, but to believe in the best outcome.
Yeah.
That's possible. Well, that's very telling of your type 1 nature as well.
Well, thank you.
So, any questions for me?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, see,
I'm excited.
Type 1's, because of your ability to be so open, when you learn, in this experience, I've experienced this with other type 1 women, they'll say, oh, okay, that's great.
Go with it.
Yeah, ready. So a good next step for you would be to reread the type 1 section of the book, Discover Your Type of Beauty, with the mindset of this is who I am, not is this who I am. Read it in confirmation, and you'll see more that you didn't see before.
Got it.
You'll go, oh yeah, I am like that. I am like that. And you always have your secondary energy that you obviously employ in your life at different times. And I'm just really excited that you're open and accepting of all this. It's great. And consider the possibility. The colors in the type 1 world, what we teach you, they have a brightness to them. Maybe that's where you were more, because actually what you're wearing right now is a type 1 color.
Cool.
Consider the possibility that the colors you are naturally drawn to are really type 1 colors, not type 4 colors.
Okay.
They're bright. They have a quality of being very just alive, feeling alive. So get the type, as you learn from the type 1 Dressing Your Truth course, you'll learn to identify those colors. And my sense is you're already picking up on that your beauty sixth sense is already tuned in there.
I'm very excited.
Well, good. We're excited for you. Thanks for letting me help you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, it's my pleasure to welcome Natalie back to her Confirm Your Type experience. Well, we've confirmed you're a type 1, and look at you now.
Yep.
You appear very happy.
I very much am.
Yeah. Are you enjoying living your truth?
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So looking back to your own assessment experience, what do you now see that, kind of in hindsight, that where you misdirected yourself?
I think the thing that caught me up was, because I thought I was with the 2.
Yes.
And the connectedness, I think, is what caught me up. And it's not that things aren't connected for me, but for other people, it looks like they're not connected. Like they're with the randomness.
Yes.
But to me, it makes sense.
Yeah, okay. So what looks like connection in your life may look disconnected to other people. So you were assessing yourself based on the sense of feeling connected to, that you had this natural tendency for being,
I think that's
experiencing being connected.
Yeah, I think that's the thing that was I went back and I read through the types again.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that stood out to me the most is
how you interpreted that, your own interpretation, when you're really probably more able to connect. That your ability to, you can connect easily because you're able to disconnect easily.
right.
See, so that's interesting, which is what I say. So now you're able to read the type 1 and go, oh, that's what that means.
Yeah.
that would be me.
Right.
So you see, what other things have you recognized in yourself that's really true to your type 1 energy?
The projects, like I have big ideas and I start things and I
You
think,
get really excited about them.
right.
Yeah.
And then they not so much that they fizzle, but it's such a big idea that I can't do it myself. And so then it seems like I dropped the ball, but.
So now you can manage that so that you have less tendency to, it's kind of like, see, you're like soda. Carbonation. I shouldn't say soda. You're like carbonation. We can use carbonate. I'm not a big soda fan, so I'll use carbonated water. Sparkling water.
There you
That's it. Then at first it's all bubbly and effervescent, and then it goes flat if it sits around too long. So maybe that's a great tip for you is find projects that you can complete in a shorter timeline where the fizzle, it doesn't lose the fizzle.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and I found that if I get this really great idea, that I've starting on it right away.
Okay.
So that I give myself more time. Because usually I'll get like a really good idea and I'll have like a time span. And I'm like, oh, I got plenty of time.
You'll delay, which then sets you up to
Right.
lose interest then for things to fizzle.
So then if I
That's a good
start
tip.
right away, then I'm like, I have enough time.
Yeah.
And I can,
Well, you've got that energy kind of you can ride on too. It's carrying you.
yeah.
So has anything presented itself as a challenge?
The one thing that I would say as a challenge would be that I haven't completely given up my silver jewelry. So
Okay. I have to be It's very common for type 1s to slip it in every once in a while, but that's it's possible. Why not? But are you starting to wear some more gold and seeing that, and again, the quality of the jewelry, that's got to be lightweight, sparkly. There's a lot other aspects to it because not all gold jewelry is going to work for you.
Right, yeah, and I've started to add a few things here and there.
And are you liking it a little more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. It's really interesting to be able to see what we've acquired in our own, what we think we should and shouldn't, can and can't, what's right for us. And there is a certain investment factor into that you've already bought all that stuff. So you would kind of like it to work.
Right?
You're like, dang. But you'll find too, with our refashioning tips that we offer, there's some things you can just spray paint. If you get around, if that's a project you like,
Sure, why not?
Or you love to put a smile on other people's faces, you'll find ways to gift it.
That's a good idea.
Share the kindness. Yeah, So there's ways to then make that transition that support who you are by sharing it, because you love to give things.
Right.
You do. You enjoy that. So what are you loving about being a type 1 woman?
I love just being me. Like, I feel so comfortable just being me, and I don't feel like
I know,
I'm
you have to
putting
try
on
so
a
hard,
show,
huh?
or
Yeah.
I just being me. I don't know how else to put it.
The type 1 of you, again.
Yeah.
Anytime we try and be a type, we're still trying to be something based on what we think it is, rather than just allowing the expression of truth to naturally be us. And there are a lot of variations of expression within each of the 4 types. There's a lot of variations of what type 1 looks like, especially in the type 1 world, because it's the world of variety.
Right?
So you may not be as bouncy or as outwardly expressive as some type 1s but that doesn't make you not a type 1.
Right.
Yeah. So you have some of the classic characteristics that you have the sweet giggle, you have this sparkle in your eye, the things that you're very youthful. You're very young, which is a quality all type 1s seem to love as they mature. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
yes, I'm always going to look 15. No.
Maybe not 15.
No, I
but-
know. I'm exaggerating. What do you love about the type 1 style?
It's fun.
Oh, good. It is fun. It's playful.
Yeah, I love when I go shopping, and I've found that there are things that previously I would look at on the hanger and I'm like, that's just fun, but I don't think I can wear it. And so the first time I went shopping after we confirmed that I was a 1, I was like, okay, I'm going to go and I'm going to see if I can pick some things that are true to my type. And there were a couple things that I picked, and I was like, I don't know, but it says I'm supposed to be able to do it. So when I tried it on, I was like, I love it.
That's great.
And
Well, it's about the whole look, too,
Yeah.
You've got a fun bounce in your hair, bringing some curl out. You've got it's all, it's all the components of style coming together.
And it's easy. Like, I don't have to, when I do my hair in the morning, like, I don't stress about, like, making sure that all the curls are nice.
They need to be a little more random anyway.
Yeah. I just do whatever, and I'm like, hey, it's good, I'm going.
No, don't you love that messy's a hairstyle for you?
Love it.
Looks great. So what's a tip you could offer our viewers that would help them in their own assessment process?
Don't ask yourself too many questions. That's what I think I did. As I'm reading through everything, and I'm like asking myself all these questions, and so then I started finding myself in each type, and then I'm like,
which is going to be a real big clue for you.
right?
Hello? Have I not said this? Like, lots of times. Type 1s see themselves in all 4 types. Really strongly you see yourself. I mean, we all see a little bit of ourselves, but you see yourself like, well, you change your mind. You go to the next type and you go, maybe this is me. Then the next one, well, I don't know. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I could have made a very strong argument in a court of law for every all 4 types.
That's how adaptable you are.
But I think I just asked too many questions, and I didn't trust myself, like just my natural instincts.
Yes.
Because I did, you start with 1 when you're reading through the book, and I read through 1, and I was like, this is me. I identify with this.
Yeah.
But then I went on to read the other ones, and asking questions and looking at everything, I just overthought it.
Yeah. It's not the more common place for women to mistype themselves as a type 1. What do you think is the most common type women mistype themselves as?
Probably a 2.
Yeah, as a 2. And that's a very cultural influenced kind of that's how we, as I've, taught that in culture, that's been sort of how the feminine has been depicted, and then so we have that a kind of point of reference to say, well, that's who women are. And it's like, well, not really. So it's another good clue to yourself that not a lot of women are mistyping themselves as a type 1. You really see it. It's like pretty obvious.
Right.
Now you can see it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good. Well, I'm just really happy for you and all the women in our program that are coming into alignment with their truth and that you look amazing. And I love that you again spoke to that confidence factor and that kind of the ease of being you.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
I love it.
Thank you, Natalie.
Thank you.